coming up on Don't Lift Off.
It didn't matter how good or bad your passenger was.
Yeah.
You could cope. You could steer it one way or another.
Right, okay.
And just get them to stay near the rear wheel
Right.
traction. And they wanted to do all this, that, and the other. No, it's okay. Really, don't worry. Because I can still steer it.
Did you just see the passenger as ballast?
Yes.
Do you count very good as just being able to hold on to it? Is that like you just stay on the trike?
Yes. Yes.
There's some really good photos here.
Yeah,
So this from
right from the start, he was driving the Hesketh. I thought, what a lucky lad.
Look at the T-shirt. Look at the badge on there. Sex is a high performance thing.
Very typical. I knew James, well enough. I didn't really like him. We didn't like each other.
Just because you were tough rivals.
Yeah. Too similar.
Right.
He had backers and I didn't.
Right.
He had Lord Hesketh, for Christ's sake, so he was allowed anything he wanted. Me, I just had to struggle with what I had.
So you went straight into the Nurburgring for your first race, having not been to the Nordschleife at all, not been at Formula One.
And it just took off 2.5 backward somersaults, over the arm carry, backwards, upside down, landed on its feet, and I shattered, got all this, shattered. My right ankle was shattered, and my left ankle was broken, and my left wrist was broken.
Did you fly Jackie Stewart at one point
Yeah.
in the Lear Jet? Did he know that it was going to be you? It's like, because...
And when he came towards me, he said, "Bloody Ashley, what are you doing?"
I'm your pilot.
Yes.
What was his reaction to that? I've seen your driving.
Yes, he was a bit
I've seen your attempt to fly.
Yes, your reputation precedes you.
Welcome back to the Don't Lift Off podcast on this rather wet and windy night. As you can gather, I'm back on the road again. I'm actually heading down to Hereford to meet, I suppose, an old acquaintance, a guy who I met 30 odd years ago working at Silverstone. Came across this guy who was a motorsport legend even back then in the late 90s, early noughties, when we worked together as instructors at Silverstone. Ian Ashley. Ian is one of the most interesting characters I've met in motorsport, or in my life, full stop. So, has a heritage. I did a load of research last night. I vaguely knew Ian's background, but actually I didn't really comprehend just how much of a varied life he's had, let alone motorsport career. So, motorsport career, we're looking at... So started off at the Jim Russell Racing School, similar to my last guest, Kelvin Burt, and went on to race in, I think, Formula Ford, Formula 5000, Formula 3, I think, first. Was a real close competitor of James Hunt. So some really mega photos that I've dug out with him and James and some of his contemporaries together in Formula 3. Ian was a race winner, multiple race winner in Formula 5000. I think he might have won the Formula 5000 championship, actually. And he then made it into Formula 1, although didn't quite get the breaks that James Hunt got in Formula 1, but nevertheless did a pretty solid job given the equipment that he had. Had some pretty solid shunts as well. So he had a bit of a nickname of, there was Hunt the Shunt and Ian Crashley. So it was Crashley and Shunt. That was their nickname, the dynamic duo in the 70s. And so Ian's got some good scars to prove that. And I've never really asked him about the crashes that he's had, but I've heard it from various people. So I'm looking forward to asking him about his time in Formula One, some of the big ones he's had, and also to hear about some of the race wins. So because I guess I knew about him because of his big crashes, but I didn't actually realise he was a quick kid back in the day and carried on doing that throughout his career. So varied sort of lifestyle. After Formula One, went on to do piloting a private Lear Jet, for instance. What else? And Gulfstream. Came back to do Indycars, British touring cars. TVR Tuscan, Lotus Elise Trophy, I think it would have been there. Historic racing more recently, but you know, crop duster, flying seaplanes out of Alaska, motorbike and sidecar racer, motorbike racer. Like, this guy's done everything in the sky, on 4 wheels, on 2 wheels, on 3 wheels. So yeah, I'm really interested to hear some of the stories that Ian has got over the years that he's been on planet Earth. I can't believe he's still on planet Earth, considering the scrapes he's been through. Anyway, hope you enjoy the conversation. I'm really looking forward to speaking to Ian. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the conversations. That'll help me to grow it. The aim is still to try and get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If I can do that, then it helps me to grow the channel and expand this even further. All right, enjoy the conversation. I'll say it again. Cheers, mate. Good to see you. I reckon it's been. I reckon I haven't seen you for 20 years, something like that.
I seem to remember doing the sidecars in '98.
That would have been when we worked together, because I know you were racing sidecars when we worked together at Silverstone.
Yeah, '98. Yeah. I was doing the sidecars until 2000 and something. Then I had a big accident. When did COVID come?
That was 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
I was going to be racing in sidecars, the classic sidecars, at Spa, Frankenstein.
Okay, yeah.
And I set off there, and then I was cancelled because of COVID.
Right.
I kept going.
So you must have been racing for a long time in the sidecars then, were you? Was this the classic sidecars? Because what were you doing in '98 then? Was that a contemporary?
No.
That was still classic, was it?
No, I only did a very small amount of contemporary. It was classic I enjoyed because it was so easy. I mean, it was just like racing in the rain all the time because of the skinny tires.
Yeah.
So that was perfect for me because I was always a bit of an expert in the rain.
Yeah.
So, piece of cake, you know. So I stuck to that. And it was easy because in the rain, it didn't matter how good or bad your passenger was.
Yeah.
You could cope. You could steer it one way or another.
Right, okay.
And just get them to stay near the rear wheel traction. And they wanted to do all this, that, and the other. No, it's okay. Really, don't worry, because I can still steer it.
Did you just see the passenger as ballast?
Yes.
I read somewhere.
My main one, Roy, was actually very good.
Right.
I still had him he was quite old.
Do you count very good as just being able to hold on to it? Is it just stay on the trike?
Yes. Yes. And because he was so old, he would be great for the first few laps, but then he just got so tired.
And just hold on.
And I thought, this is silly. So we talked long and hard about this. And I said, look, if you do this and this, you can cope with that all race long, can't you? And because you're just using the struts to against the braking forces, and et cetera. So I did as much as I could with them using various struts to hold them, so he didn't have to hold himself.
That makes sense.
And then,
less fatiguing then.
Oh yeah, because that was the problem. He was just getting tired, as did everybody.
Yeah.
So Keith's the driver doing this all really, but not quite. But this is why I like the skinny tires, because there was so little traction. It was like being in the wet. Very little G-force in the way. Yeah. Whatever you were driving.
Yeah.
In general.
So it's a lot more down to driver skill then, rather than setup of vehicle.
Exactly.
Before we get there, tell me I dug this out. This is not a picture of you, Dad, but I dug this out because I read in an interview. I did a little bit of research last night, just kind of looked through, and I was like, God, I didn't realise that, and I didn't realise that, and I didn't realise just how much you'd done. I mean, when we worked together in late 90s, when we had the yellow Lotuses, if you remember them. Oh, yeah. And I knew that you'd got this Formula One background. I knew you'd kind of, it was around the same era as James Hunt and all the rest of that, but I didn't realise kind of what got you into motor racing. So tell me a bit about your dad then. So was he a test pilot?
Yeah.
And what did he fly? Was it these things that he was flying?
Things and so on in the RAF.
Yeah.
And then he quit the RAF and joined British Airways, BEA, as a test pilot.
Right.
Based at various places.
Was this before he was based in Germany, or was this?
Yes. No, this was after Germany.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is where I was born.
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah.
In Wuppertal.
In where?
Wuppertal.
Okay.
Wuppertal. Yeah. Wuppertal.
Okay. Wuppertal. Yeah.
My sister was born. She was a year and a half older. She was born in England. And then we both went to boarding school at the age of 8. She was a year and a half ahead. Then I got into Grand Prix driving, just the shit cars. Yeah.
Well,
it was Tom Price.
What you went to Jim Russell school? Tell me about what happened. Like, so you're 8 years old. What? Yeah. Have you always liked going faster? As a kid.
I was weaned on scale extra.
Right. Yeah.
No, I was the expert.
Right.
I had a huge circuit because we had a toy shop for my great grandfather.
Okay.
Who built up Ashley's in Lincoln.
Okay.
Huge toy shop.
Right.
And he started it, my great grandfather.
Right.
Back in 1899 or something.
Okay.
And anyway, so then Grandpa took over that. Well, yeah, great. I don't know. And then I remember Dad was test pilot at the time, and he had a job to do in Canada, in Vancouver, because they were training the CPA pilots, the Canadian Pacific Airline pilots, onto the Britannia.
Yeah.
Which was like the biggest aircraft going at the time.
Okay.
Just before the Comet came in.
Yep.
And all the rest of it, or as the Comet came in.
Yep.
Then, etc. Anyway, so Dad was sent over to Vancouver to train people on this, that, and the other. In fact, during the war, he was sent over to Canada to train because he was a very good instructor.
Right.
And so they sent the best instructors they had, the RAF, over to Calgary.
Right.
Just short of Vancouver. And then Dad had a couple of weeks off in a holiday time, and it was the thing to do was to go to Vancouver because it was a lot of place, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Somehow he met my grandmother, who quickly wanted to introduce him to Mum.
Right.
Her eldest daughter.
Right.
And so she did. And I mean, Mum was 7 years older than Dad.
Okay.
He was like 20, and she 27. And anyway, they hit it off really well, and they quickly got married, and came back over to England in end of '44. So Mum came over in a convoy during the war.
Right. Okay.
There were some ships sunk in her convoy.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And very brave.
Yeah.
Or just stupid.
Well, you just have to take your chances, I suppose.
Yeah.
Back then. So I read somewhere that your dad was a Concorde test pilot, or was it a systems pilot? What was it?
Essentially, his job then, it was very early on, he tested the 188 to begin with, which was like called the flying pencil.
Okay. Was that like the forerunner to the Concorde, was it?
It was the forerunner.
Right.
It learned a lot of very high speed stuff on that. And so, that was Dad's main thing. And his job for the Concorde, while it was so new, was to design the cockpit area.
Ah, right.
And so we did that. I was never interested in flying.
Weren't you? That's amazing.
No, or especially also because Dad was obviously very much into it all.
Was it? And it turns you the opposite way, did it?
Yeah. And then Dad was killed in a silly sailing boat accident.
Oh, no. I didn't know that. Right.
No, he had these things, a bit like me, had these silly ideas. He wanted to, because Mum came from Vancouver.
Yeah.
He wanted to sail, because he loved to sail.
Right.
Mum didn't particularly. She was a very good swimmer, Mum, but, I think
I suppose she needed to if your dad was not very good. I'm joking.
Well, he wanted them, as probably for his last fling, to sail across the Atlantic to Vancouver.
Right.
And they didn't get far. What happened, they go down to the Bay of Biscay. They're underneath them. And the Bay of Biscay is a bit notorious for being bad with storms.
Okay.
They got caught in a storm.
Right.
Just came up out of nothing.
Right.
And anyway, they're holding their own for 2-3 days. And then eventually, Mum said the mast snapped.
Right.
The sails and then just all over the place.
Yeah.
And they had to mayday, and there was this big trawler not far away who was able to make it towards them. And they were rescued. And everything was okay. And Mum, they got Mum aboard. And then just as they were trying to get Dad aboard, a big wave came, and the two boats did that together. Dad got crushed between the two. He was close.
And that was your dad got crushed, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Died of a heart attack.
Oh, God.
There and then. But,
so what sort of age were you then when that happened?
I was in... I was probably about 26, 27.
Oh, so mid-20s then?
Yeah,
so you weren't like a teenager?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And had you shown any interest in were you racing cars at that point? Were you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, Dad took me to I went to the Jim Russell.
Yeah, so 66, or from what I read, is that right? Yeah,
That's right.
66.
Dad took me there. I did my, did I do that on my, first thing I went was to do all the corners with and Jim Russell wasn't even there. He was doing the film Grand Prix.
Okay. So that dates it. Yes, okay, yeah.
And the chief instructor was looking after everybody then running the spin.
Yeah.
And so I did it all with him.
Was this when was it still running at Snetterton at this point?
Yeah. And the long circuit.
Yeah.
Not the extra wiggles they put in later.
Yeah.
The original.
The fast Russell.
Right.
Chicane.
Yeah, and the long back straight.
Yeah, rivet straight. Yeah.
And
well, I don't know what would it have been known as back then? Because wherever it was down basically along the A11, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Norwich Straight. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
And then you come back up the home straight. I don't know what they called that. The back straight. Then into the S's under the bridge, and flick out into
through the bomb hole. Yeah.
Then into
Coram,
and
then through Russell.
Down to Russell, yeah.
Yeah.
And then up into
Richie's, then Sear. Yeah. I raced because I raced sort of 96, 97, 98, and it was that configuration didn't change until MSV took over it a lot later.
97, 98, good lord. No, it's too hard for me at the moment. My brain will think about it. But,
Well, I'll go through some of the early shots. So you did the Jim Russell course. Then what did you do from Jim Russell's? Then what did you first go into?
Well, I did the Jim Russell races.
Right. Okay.
There were 10 of those,
Okay.
and I won 8 of them.
Right.
In fact, I was on pole for most of them, and got fastest lap and all the rest of it. At least that was my first race anyway. Pole position, and then I just ran away. And I finished I think I was about 15 seconds ahead of the next person.
Really?
Like that. For 10 lap race, And so that went really well. And Dad was there. I don't think Mum was there. It was just Dad. And he drove us there. Because we were living in Lincoln at that point.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was a fair drive down to Motorcycle in Norwich.
Right.
And Snet. But anyway, and then after that, I wanted to do more race in schools.
Okay.
So I did Brands Hat.
Right.
And I did Thruxton. All the circuits I liked.
Right.
That's
Right.
where I wanted to.
So you just entered more race schools to get used to different circuits.
Well, no, I knew those circuits, so I wanted to do there because it was easy.
Yeah.
I knew the circuits well, and didn't really enjoy instructing much. The same with when I became a flight instructor. I never really enjoyed it. I did it to an end
Yeah.
because you were always getting miles under your belt and good experience.
Yeah. 100%. That's the same reason I when I did it in '97 was when I started the Sills, and I'd only done a year of Vauxhall Junior, and then it was just like I was valeting cars at the time. Like, well, something to do. I was like, oh, this is cool. I get to go around a racing circuit, and I'm getting paid for it, albeit in the passenger seat for a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But then occasionally you'd do the rides, wouldn't you?
And then I saw a sidecar race, a proper sidecar race.
Was this before you went? Was this way after the F3 and all the rest?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm interested in what did you when you went from the race schools? Did you go into F3? Was that the first championship that you went into?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I went. I left the school in '66, end of '66.
Yeah.
We bought a car, a cheapie, best value Merlin.
Yes.
Cheapie F3 car.
Yeah. Okay.
And one engine.
Right.
Do we have 2? I can't remember. Anyway.
Is that what you're racing? Is that what that is there?
No.
Which one is that one then?
Something altogether different. That's a Royale
Okay.
piece of shit.
Right. Well, you're still in third place in that piece of shit, though, to be
I
fair.
know, but it wasn't I didn't like it.
Right.
I did it because they were paying me. I was
Right.
actually a paid driver.
Oh, okay.
And,
so that's James Hunt in the lead. I can recognise his helmet.
Yeah.
Any idea who that might be in second then?
Is that Colin Vandervoort?
Could be. I can't remember what thing. It looks like, is that Alton Park? Cascades?
No. No, I think it's Long Brands.
Oh, okay. Bottom Bend, is that? Must be Bottom Bend.
Yeah, bottom end going up onto the long circuit.
Oh, okay. So it's Surtees then.
Surtees,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's the other one coming back off onto the
Graham Hill or Clark Curve. Final one. Which one?
Yeah, the final one.
Are we on the Grand Prix circuit now?
Yeah,
or?
coming off the Grand Prix circuit.
Grand Prix circuit.
Under the bridge.
Clearways.
And Clearways.
Clearways, yeah.
But no, that's going on to the long circuit.
Ah, cool, man. That's a decent shot, that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. That was, is this around the same sort of time?
No, it was a year before.
Okay.
Or 2 years. Mike Walker, 68. Mike Walker, his mechanic, whom he knew very well. They were good buddies. And Graham Warner, boss of the checkered flag.
Okay. That's the name of the race team, is it?
The checkered flag, yes.
Yeah.
Except we had backing from Skeletric.
Is that through the toy shop?
Through Dad, yes, through Dad. That's
cool.
right. And hence the Skeletric, etc.
Right. Okay, that links all together now.
I never did like the car until Mike set it up properly. So
okay.
We came. These checkered flag F3 cars were just F2 cars, really.
I think some more shots
Yeah.
there.
And I just hated it. Couldn't drive the damn thing.
Right.
Until Graham got Mike Walker to go testing it at Castle Cook.
Okay.
And from then on, it's fine. It was
Sorted it. Got the setup sorted, yeah.
But I'd already been to 3 or 4 races and it was hopeless. Alton Park I just couldn't drive it. Anyway, he got it sorted and from then on it was great. But the engines by then were getting a bit crap.
Right.
Worn out, so, but I was happy as long as it handled well. I could play with it,
Right, yeah.
I could slipstream, and so that's what I did, a lot of slipstreaming,
Yeah.
So, but I remember, it was, where was it? Mallory.
That's a hairpin, isn't it?
Yeah. But,
Is this F3 still, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And, no, just trying to think, who's that? I remember.
It was before they've got the wall on the inside of Mallory. It's still a big idea.
That's the Japanese chap.
So what sort of year are we talking about there?
John Miles.
John Miles?
Oh, no, Roy Pike.
Okay, yeah.
And this would be 68.
68. And so you did that, for a couple of years, or...?
Yeah. Well, let's see now.
You went back to... I read somewhere that you went back to Formula 4, didn't you, or something? Did you run out of budget or something? I went back to was it a Merlin that you went back to, or an Eldon, was it?
Alexis.
Alexis, right.
No, I was approached by Alexis.
Okay.
And I drove it. I really liked it. So it wasn't very powerful, but I didn't worry about that. It handled well and did what I wanted it to without a piece of cake, So, yeah, I agreed to drive for him.
Yeah.
And that went pretty well, really. And then I was offered a drive by Lotus to do the Temporada series on Brazil. It's Fittipaldi.
Okay.
The two brothers, Fittipaldi Senior and Junior.
Yeah.
And Emerson and Wilson was his older brother.
Yeah.
And that was great because Emerson was very good at setting cars up.
Okay.
He learned long ago in Brazil, So. And so suddenly I had a car that worked really well.
Okay.
And I was very happy with it,
Yeah.
Same piece of shit that I've been driving, but
a well set up piece of shit.
Set up piece of shit,
Yeah.
With decent engines because Emerson was there. So
Right.
I always had the third best engine.
Yeah.
It's funny. I remember the mechanic used to be the Jim Russell mechanic. What was his name? He was probably even there when you were there. Ralph.
Oh, Furman. Yeah.
Ralph.
Right.
Yeah. And he was our mechanic.
He was your mechanic. So he wasn't a designer or anything. He was a mechanic,
no,
was he?
mechanic.
I didn't realise that's where he started.
And he was Emerson's mechanic.
Right.
Because Emerson was so good, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, and Ralph told me a lot of this shit, And anyway, so meant though my car was suddenly working very well. I had the third best engine. That was all right.
But it was okay because it was still a decent
still
kit.
a lot better than I'd ever had before.
Right.
But yeah, and it was great. I enjoyed it over in the Brazilian Temporada series. I won one race, and I had a couple of seconds or something, and a third. Anyway, I came second overall. Right. And the last race was the best one. Was at always the Temporada. It was in the Temporada, and in the Portuguese Grand Prix. The at São Paulo,
right?
Where they were just recently.
Yeah.
But it was the whole long.
That was a lot longer, was it? Back in the day?
Yeah. It was like the difference between Nurburgring now
And Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
How long was the circuit then? Was it a great big long thing?
No, it was about 5 miles.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
As opposed to the Nurburgring was 13 miles.
Yeah.
And then became 8. Was it?
Oh no, it's a lot shorter, wasn't it? When they went,
Yeah.
well, you mean for the lot shorter?
Short.
Yeah, it was like 3 miles or something. It was less than that, I think, 2.5 or something.
I was thinking of Clermont-Ferrand.
Okay, yeah.
And Clermont-Ferrand was my first ever international race abroad.
Right.
Went to Clermont-Ferrand. Brilliant.
I've never. What's that? Is that street circuit? What?
No, it's a very good road circuit.
Right.
And painted beautifully, with double white lines on the edges.
Right.
So it was painted, it was well looked after.
Yeah.
I was very impressed first time I went there, and I think I was 10th fastest out of 33 or whatever.
Good effort, first time there.
Well, that's what everyone said, but I
Did you do some simulator work before you went there?
don't know.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I would have done it if I had.
Yeah.
I hadn't caught up at that point. No, I learned circuits pretty quickly, and anyway, and that worked well. That circuit I found fairly easy to learn, and I started 30th, I think, and I finished 10th. Oh, all the guys ahead of me were big boys. Mike Beckwith and all those sort of boys who've been around a long time. And I mean, they all looked down their nose at me. I was a 19-year-old upstart, in a piece of shit Merlin.
Yeah.
So they just looked down their noses at me.
Yeah. Because all of this I didn't.
That was the best. That was the best stuff I ever did. The best thing for me.
Is this
Formula 5000?
5,000? Yeah.
And what happened was I got in the car to begin with, and I couldn't drive. It was a nightmare. It was like an accident waiting to happen.
Right.
I was terrified of it.
It's so fast.
No, I couldn't drive it. It was all over the road.
Right.
So my best friend, Frank Gardner, bless him, he was then the test driver for Lola.
Okay.
He came to Snedderton when I went testing. He said, "I'll sort it out for you." And I thought, "Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, get in and get it straight, And then when it came to it, I went out, I did my 2 laps and came in, said, "Okay, all yours." He said, I'm not going to get in it. "Oh, I thought you said you were going to sort it for me." He said, "Don't worry." Took it to the scrutineering bay. They completely altered everything.
Right.
Lights, tones, Campbells, you name it, everything. And I went out again thinking, "Oh, shit." And brilliant.
Really? Just got it dialed in straight away.
Like, piece
Really?
of cake.
What chassis was it?
330.
A Lola.
Lola 330.
Right. Okay. Yeah. How did the EF5000 come about? Because if you were struggling on budget for your Formula Ford,
I from the Formula Ford, I became good pals. Can't remember how now with Kay, and he introduced me to his mechanic, Rocky Plumridge, down in the village below the Sir Charles Xavier. And Rocky was such a lovely guy, and he set the car up. And from then on, he was my mechanic after everything. And it just worked brilliantly for him.
Right.
So he knew how to do whatever.
Yeah.
And that worked just fine. And then he did this 5,000 here
5,000. There's some photos in here. This looks like quite an early one.
Yeah,
I would say
that is my witch. It's red. can't remember.
I like when you have the blood group on the overalls back then.
Yeah.
Because it was important.
Yeah, sure.
Which I'll come on to a little bit. Is that 5,000 as well?
No, that's Formula 3.
That's an F3, is it?
That's a Lola Formula 3.
Right,
Which was a bit of shit, really.
Right.
I've got a what's-it helmet on, what do they call those? They weren't Bell, they were an American Buco.
Okay.
Which I kind of thought looked good, so I bought one. Unfortunately, that helmet, as is, when I went to Canada with Hesketh.
Yeah, this is the Motorsport story. We'll come on to that in a second, if you don't mind. This is 5,000, right?
Yep.
Right.
5,000.
That looks like, is that Silverstone? Snet?
Goodwood, I think. Could be Snet. It could be Snet. No, it could be Snet. You're right. Probably Snet.
Was that a British series, the F5000?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was top man there.
I was going to say, you were like the kiddo.
Yeah. I was nearly always on pole and won most of the races.
Right.
Which is great because the car was perfect.
I've got some really nice photos from back in the day. This is Brands, obviously.
Right.
I think you're certainly on the front row here somewhere.
I would have won that if it was wet.
Right.
That's the same car.
Okay.
But with under Shell Sports colours.
Okay.
Jackie Epstein, I used to drive for Jackie.
Okay.
They essentially borrowed the car off me, and so they ran me and paid me a salary, and just borrowed the car.
Brilliant.
I didn't charge them for it, but they just absorbed the costs. Same car. But that was in '73, first time at Alton Park.
Okay.
And I was on pole or just the front row, I think. I was on the inside at the front of the front row, made a cracking start, and started to run away from everyone. Pilette followed me. Pilette behind me. No, that's Evans. Pilette is there, I think. Teddy Pilette. Teammate to Gethin. Pilette and Gethin.
Which one's Gethin? Which one's Peter Gethin?
This is Gethin, yeah.
Yeah. He was very good in F3000, wasn't he?
Very good.
Yeah.
He's a very good driver.
I've got a good photo of all of you guys together.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Nicky Lauda. And...
That's Peter Gethin there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, it's a Chevron. I can see the Chevron logo there.
Yeah. And I don't know who he is.
I think that's Stewart Dent. I think I might be wrong in saying I don't know Stewart Dent. I think he's a photographer.
Oh.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, right.
I don't know him much. He's got some really nice shots and some good stories from back in the day. But he won some kind of competition to ask the drivers questions from the caption that I remember from this.
Yeah.
Tell me about Peter. Did you know Peter reasonably well? Because I worked with him at Club Fiorano.
Reasonably well.
He's a good driver back in
very good.
the day.
Yeah, he for me he was the best one that I had to compete against, and yeah, I was very impressed. I liked him. Yeah. He was a funny fellow, but strange. Had a wicked sense of humour.
Yeah.
But I was sort of very young and innocent, if we're going to say.
Yeah.
I was everybody's patsy, But he was good guy.
There's some really early shots here. That looks like that might be F1, is it? Guessing.
Yes, it is.
Will and Spells from back in the day.
Yep.
He's looking around about the same sort of time.
That's the BRM.
Okay.
What a piece of shit that was. Actually, it was a lovely car. It was just very slow.
Right. The engine just not grunty enough.
Pathetic.
Right.
No, it was pathetic.
Right. So Mike Wilds drove BRM for a bit as well, didn't he? And he said, did it need a DFV in it or something? And it didn't have a DFV.
I don't know. I remember going to Brazil, the time, Portugal, the Sao Paulo, did I really fall into love with the Formula 3 or Formula 4s, whatever. You know, I did the Formula 4 Temporada series. And, you know, Sao Paulo was great circuits. And, but, you know, when I watched the car going down the back straight, it's like the brakes were on or something. It was so slow to watch.
Really?
You know? And, you know, you're driving your heart out, everything was going well, but you had no idea how slowly you were going down the straights. And I don't know why it was so bad.
Right.
But it was.
Just not enough grunt.
No.
There's some really good photos here.
Yeah,
So
this from Tim Schenken.
What sort of year would this have been, and what championship? Is this an F3?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Whatever he was driving for Hesketh. Right from the start, he was driving for Hesketh. I thought, you know, what a lucky lad.
Look at the T-shirt. Look at the badge on there. Sex is a high performance thing.
Very typical.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So do you know James pretty well?
I knew James, well enough. I didn't really like him. We didn't like each other.
Oh, right. Why is that? Just because you were tough rivals?
Yeah. Too similar.
Right.
Too close in competitive. And he had backers and I didn't.
Right.
He had Lord Hesketh for Christ's sake, so he was allowed anything he wanted. Me, I just had to struggle with what I had. Right. I had Jackie Epstein, who was supposedly looking after the race, the Brands Hatch school at Brands, you know, and he was just all mouth.
Right.
And so I had just literally shit. It was built. The engines were just rebuilt down in the bottom huts where the cars were.
Right.
And it honestly felt like that too.
It just wasn't the equipment.
No.
So did you boys have any decent shunts together or decent races together?
Couple in F3. When we were slipstreaming, I had two people that gave no quarter. One was Harold Ertl, a German F3 driver, who would literally bang into your wheels.
Was it obligatory to call every German driver Herman the German? Because every time I hear a German mentioned in the 1960s or 70s, I always could hear them being called Herman the German.
No, I never heard that, but I'm not surprised. But Harold Ertl was very aggressive. And so you were either prepared to be bullied or you stood your ground.
You stood your ground, yeah.
And I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
And James learned that, and so did Harold. And so I never suffered very much.
Yeah.
I just refused to do that myself. I would defend myself.
Yeah.
And give as good as I got.
Yeah.
But I would never initiate.
Rush in.
I would never initiate
someone.
Cheating like that. To me, it was just cheating.
Yeah.
I wasn't racing, I was cheating.
No, got
that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
But I never really raced against Tim Schenken. He apparently was very good. He certainly was in F3 before I got into that proper. I was then back in Formula Ford. I went back to Formula Ford.
Right.
Or no, I went back into Formula Ford.
Yeah.
I hadn't been in Formula Ford before.
Yeah.
It became, and it was the best thing I did because Alexis put me up. And I became the works driver, so I actually got paid.
Yeah.
I think I was paid.
Paid for doing Formula Ford?
I was being paid 15 quid a week.
For doing Formula Ford?
That's amazing,
Formula Ford,
yeah.
Wow.
I did very well. We were always on the front row. We won a lot of races. I got a lot of lap records. It all went very well, you know?
Yeah.
And the engine really wasn't that good. But the chassis was superb.
Right.
braked well, it corners, did everything, you know. And fortunately, Formula Ford was such then, with skinny tires, that good for slipstreaming. You know, slipstreaming very easy to do in short straights even, because they were so skinny that, you know, an unpath, you could use the slipstream to your benefit. So I was good at towing past several people. I'd use the tow all the time. I learned that in 67 when I went to Arvis in Berlin.
Okay.
Which was just huge banking town.
Okay.
Down two motorways.
Right.
The motorway left them, you know, with a tight hairpin at the bottom.
Right.
Back all the way up the motorway again.
Right.
Into this huge, banked right,
See,
into this huge...
almost like an Indycar race type thing then.
Yes. And what's more, I clock so quickly that I explore. By the second and third laps, I explored all up and down the banking.
Okay.
Because there were 3 lines. One at the top, you daren't go near there because the next thing was over the top. And you're dead. Right. So there was the line below that. And then there was a lower line. And I discovered that the lower line was the best for overtaking everybody. Because what would happen? I would slipstream past them, then I'd come peeling into the banking, then I'd be going too fast behind them. I don't go right, I'd be over the top.
Okay.
So I had to dive down below. So I went below the line.
Right.
Which just, you know, and I literally crossed up, going through the banking, you know, it was a sliding.
Yeah.
And I'd go boom, past 4 people
Right.
you know, around the banking.
Yeah.
And then on to the next one.
Right.
And that way I caught them all up. And I say this because I started right from the back because I didn't have the right first gear.
Right.
And I had a very high, the highest top gear was way too high really that I needed.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any choice, so I had to have that.
Right.
If I wasn't just going to over-rev the thing or just run out of revs and have to back off. So I thought I'd better to have too high, nurse the engine, no big deal.
Yeah.
And I'll somehow cope.
And do the slipstreaming.
Yeah, and slip the clutch or whatever around the hairpin, and then do slipstream, and it worked perfectly.
Amazing. So that's where you learnt your slipstreaming skills from.
And I came 3rd overall. Kurt Arndt was in the works Brabham, German Brabham or something. He pissed off into the distance by himself. I had a big old fight with Manfred Moore and another English driver, but mostly Manfred, who was a very good German driver in the works De Sanctis, F3 De Sanctis. Anyway, it was brilliant. I just slipstreamed and learned to slipstream, and it worked brilliantly, and I ended up 3rd.
Amazing.
Just behind Manfred Moore. And say Kurt Arndt pissed off into the distance. He won. Manfred came 2nd. I came 3rd. And I was so excited after the race that I was telling my friend all about it, and I forgot to go up onto the stands with the trophy.
You got carried away talking.
Yeah. All the rest were
Brilliant.
on the stand, you know, doing 1st, 2nd, and 3rd business, you know. And
you're deep in the story.
Yes, in the story with my pals.
You could have seen us. What is that trophy? Amazing. So this was your token. This was your first opportunity.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a pretty car. That, I mean, you might not agree with it, but I thought when I saw the photos of this, I thought it was actually quite a decent looking car. So you went straight into the Nurburgring for your first race. Right. Holy fuck! Having not been to the Nordschleife at all, not been in Formula One, it wasn't. I'm guessing it wasn't a huge step from 5,000 in terms of power,
no,
was it
less.
more aero? Was it?
No, it was less powerful.
Really?
It's less demanding than the 5,000.
Was it
So it was
really?
a piece of cake for me.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. 5,000 was the best possible lesson. It was the best thing I needed because I was overblown in Formula 3. All I could do was bash wheels with James Hunt and Alberto. And anybody could do that. It wasn't good for anybody. They had better engines than I did anyway. All I could do was slipstream and hang on to them and try some sort of silly outbraking or something, you know, or slipstream past them if I could. So this Formula 5000 is the best thing for me because I could really learn to be a racing driver.
Right.
With the power, same sort of power as everybody else. Not actually. I had, Peter Gethin and Teddy Paulette in the Works Morand engines had 550 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
I was lucky to have 495.
Right. Okay.
In what I had, but 495 was enough.
Yeah.
That I was there.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they couldn't use all their 550 brake horsepower.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was like being in the wet.
Yeah.
So I had an advantage.
Yeah. So you can hang on to them.
Right.
So that's pretty good training for the F1 then. So
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Nurburgring.
Yeah.
That's the photo I was saying. Like, how nice is that photo? How clear is that? It's just absolutely lovely. Obviously around the carousel, yeah.
Yeah. And I got the car to handle quite well, and was well enough for me to be confident with it.
Yeah.
And did the best I could. Tom Price had driven him before, and hadn't really got anywhere, and managed. He got picked up by can't remember.
Hill, was it Embassy Hill?
No. The black car,
Shadow or something like
Shadows.
that.
I think it was the Shadow. I think it was, yeah. Yeah.
Jake Hill has been driving a Shadow. Anyway, touring car champion last year, and I think he's been out in the Shadow. Looks a decent enough car, but he did a respectable job. What, you finished, 14th it was, but you did have some kind of problem in the race or something.
Yeah. I can't remember now.
But so you finished 14th, and it's funny, the results will show, like, in terms of Formula One, that was your best finish in Formula One. But actually, this is what I didn't appreciate when I was working with you. Actually, you were one of the super quick kids.
Yeah.
Like, they had the potential.
Put it this way, I started up 30th or 32nd or whatever on the grid.
Yeah.
And I finished, whatever it was, 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing a solid.
Yeah, so I caught a lot of people and just,
First time at the circuit.
First time.
How did it feel? First time driving it? I read a report somewhere that you drive a road car and were shouting out the corners or something. Did you have a little practice? It was something I read. I think it was in Motorsport.
Yeah, that's right.
Magazine.
I went round in a road car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got a good handle on the circuit.
Of which way it went, yeah.
Of which were the difficult bits. Because you don't need to learn the whole circuit, you just need to learn the tricky bits.
Yeah.
And which is what I learnt when I first went to Clermont-Ferrand.
Okay.
Because that had 50 odd corners.
Right.
8-mile circuit.
8 miles.
Yeah. And
it's like the difference from like races in the sort of 60s and 70s. How long, like Oostenrijkring,
Right.
the old Spa,
Right.
Nurburgring, they were all like huge circuits.
And Clermont-Ferrand.
Clermont-Ferrand, yeah.
And so, but I was very quick at learning circuits, especially because I could very quickly sort out the difficult bits from the easy bits. Easy bits, forget it. And I just concentrate on learning the tricky bits. And all came together just like that then, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was... and then you can at least get the best out of whatever you got. You're just using not very much.
And it ended up in, what's it? Is this a Williams?
That's the Williams, yeah.
Ah, okay.
What a piece of shit that was. And
That's Nurburgring as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the carousel.
Right.
And everybody warned me against it, against Williams.
Isn't it funny? So I heard that he had a bit of a reputation as being Wanker Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at how many championships they ended up winning.
Yeah, plus he was also known as a shyster.
Right.
And I was warned heavily against him.
Right. But you didn't have any other...
No, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, exactly. And it fell to pieces too.
It's the Nurburgring again.
Yep.
Where's that then?
That's at the Nurburgring, and that's me behind Jochen Mass in the Surtees.
Okay.
That's
So what happened? You said it was falling to bits, and this was
and that's what happened.
What happened then?
Yeah.
That looks like louder in the background, is it?
Yeah, it is.
What sort of year was this? A
76.
Six-ish? Yeah. So would that have been the year when he had his accident?
That'd have been 74. Probably
76 when he had his accident. Yeah. So what happened to you then?
The front suspension snapped as I went over the curbs, over the chicane, and it just turned sharp right, and that was it.
Shite. And that it damaged your legs, didn't it?
Yeah, I broke my ankle.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much.
And that's not me.
No. Someone's got your lid though.
They've got my helmet. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you broke your ankle. Did that put you out for a little while then?
Not long. In fact, I raced again in Formula 5000 with in fact, there was a big thing about it. I raced with a plaster cast on my right ankle. And
so you raced with the plaster cast on?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I saw Fluxy had put a post on.
That was a bit scary.
Which ankle was it?
Right ankle.
So you throttle?
And,
throttle and brake ankle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I braked with my left foot, and hardly used the clutch.
Did the scrutineers say anything about it? Was this pre-scrutineer or is it pre?
I didn't let them know.
So you just how did you work? Did you cut around it a little bit so you had a bit more?
Yeah.
Right. So you
my toes.
So you wore like a race suit over the top of your cast, did you? And, brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant. You just cracked on.
Yeah, and I just cut around the toes so my toes could do more than not my foot, you know.
Yeah.
And
was it still painful to race?
Nah, really.
Because
there was a dull ache. You soon got used to it, you know, and just gone with it.
Yeah.
So
you did a bit of F5000, and then it looks like what was?
Oh God, that was a
is that Brabham? Oh, it's a Brabham. Yeah.
Brabham.
Yeah.
Of Bernie Ecclestone. Wasn't that good. And that was at Watkins Glen.
Oh, cool. That looked a mega circuit. I've just heard lots about
It's
it.
very good.
Yeah.
It's not a very good car.
Louder behind you there.
Yep. I'd be in practice or the race, I don't know. And that was...
That Schecter behind you there?
No.
You sure? Is that Elf
It's
on
a
there?
shadow.
Oh, is it?
It's a shadow.
Okay.
And it's... who was racing for Shadow at the time?
Don't know.
It might have been Schechter.
Oh, it just looks like Schecter's lid with the yellow band.
Right. Orange
around
band,
there.
yeah. It could be. That was the first 5,000 that I drove.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, some of these will be slightly out of skip because I wasn't sure what was an F1 car, what was a 5,000.
And that was either Alton Park or Hockenheim.
Right.
And that was
Is it 5,000 cars again?
Lola
Or?
T70.
Okay.
Wasn't very. That's a Thruxton. I think that's a Thruxton.
No, it's not. I don't know where it is, but it's not
I think
Thruxton.
Castlecombe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Could be. Don't think it is. It looks...
Maybe testing.
Yeah, could be on a test like an airfield or something like that.
No, it's not an airfield.
So you went to BRM?
BRM.
So you tried to qualify that
What a mistake.
on a few occasions.
Yep. I was pathetic.
Was it? Yeah, just not quick enough.
No. Just
Is that the same car, those two?
Yeah. I don't know what's happened to the
Oh,
coloring.
no, it's a different airbox, that.
And different
It's a
helmet
BRM.
too.
Ah, so
Somebody
that's
else.
not you. Right. Okay, there you go. Right. That makes sense. Did a little bit of BRM.
Yeah. I did it because it was a Formula One car and they were asking me to drive and paying me as well.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm good enough, I can make it work somehow.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Just being optimistic and hoping that you'd...
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Just doing what you could do, really.
But yeah, better than not driving at all.
Yeah.
At least putting my name out there and...
A checkered flag, is that still the... Is Is that a sponsor, did you say?
Right.
Yeah.
Graham Warner.
Right.
Graham Warner's checkered flag.
Right.
He was the first person I drove for professionally in 68.
Okay.
And he remained a good friend all the way through till
Supported you.
he died. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If he could.
What was the business? What was Checkered Flag as a business?
It was a second-hand sports car. A famous second-hand sports car
Sales.
sales.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereabouts they're based?
In Chiswick.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, on the main road as you're going to Chiswick.
Right.
Yeah, on the left there.
So now we're on to
Hesketh.
the Hesketh then. So what year was this? 77 was this? So what was that car like?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. The only problem I had was in Canada, when we got to Canada, on my 6th lap of practice at Motorsport,
Yeah.
you go up the back straight, over the brow, flat out. Whoa, you take off. Whoa, brake hard, down, past the pits. And on my 6th lap, I think it was, the whole nose snapped. And the whole nose and front wings went over my head as I went over the brow of this bump, just near the bends. And it just took off 2.5 backwards somersaults over the Armco, backwards upside down, landed on its feet. And I shattered, got all this, shattered.
Oh, crap. Do you know what? I've never seen that before.
And
See if we can show that up to the camera, actually, so you can see. God, yeah, I've never seen that's right. That's right out there. So it's so as that gear stick went through it or something.
yeah. And my right ankle was shattered.
Right.
And my left ankle was broken, and my left wrist was broken. But these were shattered. Very fast, 195 miles an hour.
195 miles an hour.
Flat out, over the brow, and just went 30
Now-
feet over the Armco.
Who was it that you somersaulted over the top of?
I don't know.
Not Jabu. God, I can't remember the name.
Harold Hurtle? No.
I think it was one of the French drivers. But said that when you went over the top of him, you could see that you didn't have a helmet on.
Right. The whole, all the stitching had split away from and it just pulled off.
Right. It was just through the force. Was that the force of the initial violence of the
that stitching?
Right. So just the helmet is ripped off.
Just ripped off.
How on earth are you still standing if you've had a 195 miles an hour crash and with a double somersault and your helmet came off?
Really?
It's
Somebody has been looking after me in spite of everything.
I did a little intro on the way. I was like, he's still on the planet. I was like, I don't know how he's still on the planet, but he's still on the planet. But yeah.
And then, of course, I took it up professionally.
I've got some. We'll come on to that. Yeah, I've got some photos here from the crash. There's some decent shots, obviously. Before that, it was an opportunity, I suppose,
Yeah.
and it was going to be a decent enough. Was that the best thing that you'd worked for at that point?
Right. Which was pretty pathetic, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
No.
When you're not paying for things, you've got little.
Yeah, you just go with what you can get at that point in time. So I do have some photos of the crash back there. Do you know what the funny thing is?
Mike Wilds.
That's Mike Wilds. Now, I've seen some of the other shots and I was like, oh, that fella he's got the same sort of hairstyle as Mike Wilds. I didn't realise it actually was Mike Wilds. And I've got a photo here somewhere. I mean, look at how much of a wreckage it was.
That I recognise him as one of the main mechanics.
Is this Fittipaldi, Copasuca?
Oh, I see.
Looks like, well, it's
Yeah.
Copasuca. That would have been...
Probably is. Yeah, it looks like his hair.
Yeah.
It could
Did
well be.
his doctor or something come and help you out?
I don't know. You
can
no
see-
idea. I was asleep
Yeah. Gone. Knocked out and just completely unconscious.
or blacked out or whatever. I was unconscious.
Right. And you hit a TV
Right, monitor thing.
stand.
Collapsed that, yeah. Apparently, that's right. I forgot about that.
This is quite an interesting shot. If you zoom in, you can see the saline, I'm guessing.
Yeah, right. Bleed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drip.
Yeah. At which point, there's also another one here. It's just, I mean, how bad is this accident? It's just like the car is completely disintegrated.
Well, if you can imagine.
That gives you a little bit of an idea of...
Yeah, if you can imagine 195, flat out, 195 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You take off, and that's fine. Whoa! Straight over the... And then you sue heavily on the brakes, through the right-hander, through the left, past the pits.
Yeah.
But this time, the nose section with the wings came off. So it literally just took off. 30 foot in the air.
Yeah.
Then the air got underneath it, flipped over, backward somersaults, and then landed, fortunately for me, on its feet.
Right.
On its feet. I was fine. I was fast asleep.
Right.
And first of all, I was obviously out for the count just through the G-forces.
Yeah.
Blacked out.
Right.
By the time I landed, I was still blacked out. Banged my head, which didn't have a helmet on.
Yeah.
Banged my head on the back of the what's-it, which knocked me out again, no doubt.
Yeah.
Or kept me quiet. And, I came around as they were cutting me out. Cutting the chassis to pieces, trying to get my feet intact.
Was it a combination? It was the drivers that were helping. Jochen Mass was involved in that. I heard. Trying to.
I don't know. I don't know who was there.
It's.
I was asleep through the whole thing.
Yeah.
But as you could see, it was pretty dramatic. Crashley did it again.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that really helped my reputation.
It was a little bit unfair, though, if your car just suddenly... Yeah.
No, it was my fault. I was driving that. My bad decisions. But when you've got no decisions, you either pack it in or you do what you can.
Just take what you can, yeah.
Do what you can. And it's not always the best idea, but you do what you can.
Yeah.
And you're either a brave shit or you're not. And you do what you can.
Yeah. So from your taking off experience, you decided to just turn that into a profession.
Yeah, piece of cake. If I could do that.
Just take off. You just got to work on the landings. You needed a bit of training for that, then.
Training for that, that's right. I know, it's funny. And it's funny, because what I enjoyed most was what we call crop dusting.
So I put a post out on Facebook yesterday. You might not have seen this. It would say, what questions can I ask Ian Ashley? Chaz Small came back to him asking about the crop dusting. So tell me about the crop dusting.
3 to 5 feet, that's how low you have to be. Occasionally just hit the plowed field, that close, ready instantly, anything that might just not quite be right. Or you might have just drifted just a little bit too low, but your wheels are out there open anyway. It's like an old First World War airplane, and would by wings, and you
Did you have any decent crashes doing the crop dusting? Just hairy.
There was just that one, just the one. Collapsed. And what happened was the bottom wing came away.
Yeah. No, I mean for the crop dusting. Did you have any?
In the crop dusting.
Oh, you had a bottom wing come away on a crop dusting.
That's ended my career.
Right.
And there was a farmer watching.
Right.
Because he enjoyed it. Apparently, I was much lower than most. and he was enjoying it.
Right.
I was doing this all Sunday morning.
Right.
In fact, I'd been doing it Friday and Saturday, and this was towards when this happened. It was just nearly midday.
It's a farmer's watching to see what your next stunt's going to be.
Yeah.
So what happened then?
He said the bottom wing just dropped away, just fell away.
No.
And it just went,
And then,
literally just stopped flying.
Right.
And, well, I don't know what happened after that, but it just stopped flying, hit the ground, boom. And then all hell broke loose.
Yeah, cartwheel down the... So what got you into the flying then? Because you said initially that because your dad was a pilot, you weren't interested in doing that. So there's something to do with the stewardess. What happened? So you'd had a massive smash at motorsport, and then kind of you were out of racing for a long time, and then...
Going out to the US Grand Prix in 77, I met the stewardess in flight, from TWA flight going out.
Right.
To first of all, was New York, and from there, flew up to Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
And I had 10 days between each race. So I had 10 days to go. I did Watkins Glen, and I had 10 days before Mosport, Canada.
Right.
So I'd met this TWA stewardess. So I I took her home, put her in the car, took her home, because she was going to go home by subway or something, and took her home. We stayed at her flat for about 5 days, I think it was, until I then drove up to Watkins Glen, which is just north of here. And then I came back down because there was 10 days before the next race. So I came back down stayed with her. Then a couple of days before, I drove up past Watkins Glen, then across up to Mosport.
Right.
And then I stayed at a motel there. And that's where I had my accident.
But because you knew she was a stewardess, what?
She was able to give me passes.
Right. So she gave you some contacts to
No.
pilot schools or what?
No. Oh no, nothing like that. No, she would give me free tickets.
Right.
To fly, And so then I went home to England, told Mum all about this girl that I fell in love with.
Yeah.
And let's see, where were we? I then had...
Did you just see it as a quite a lucrative thing to do, to be a pilot? Was that where...
No. It was a desperation.
Right.
No, I wanted to be with Karen.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I flew out there just to be with her.
Right.
And she said, so what are you going to do? I said, God, I don't know. So she said, very dismissively, why don't you become a pilot or something? And went off in a huff.
Right.
Short hours. So I went out to New Jersey. I asked some people, I don't know. I went out to New Jersey and said, where can I find a flight? Oh, you ought to go out to New Jersey. There's several in Teterboro. Wow.
I put this up there because I couldn't find any photos of it. Is it this sort of stuff that you ended up...
My favorite aircraft.
Right.
That's a Lear 24.
Right.
Anyway, what's the number? Doesn't say. Oh, hasn't got a number. See, it's a special government one.
Mm. So you ended up flying. So you just basically took flying lessons, and
so I got out there. I started a course, and in one month, I got my private pilot's license. 2 weeks later, I got my commercial.
Right.
Another 2 weeks later, I got my commercial instructor license.
Mm-hmm.
So in about 8 weeks, I got my commercial instructor license. In other words, I could earn a living as an instructor.
As the instructor, right?
So I did it.
Yeah.
I did nothing else but that. And Karen was off flying all over, as a scheduled bid.
Yeah.
So I didn't see very much of her. But it was, while she was away, it was the best thing because I had to do a lot of studying. And that's all I did. When she was away on her trips, 3 or 4 day trips, I'd study.
Right.
I'd study all night long.
Right.
And I'd go to sleep for a few hours, wake up midday, I'd study for the rest of the day and all night long.
Did you? And so you're really obsessive and you're really focused on it.
Absolutely. And I did it. I did the whole thing. I then went immediately to take the exams that I had to take. I took all the exams and passed them. My lowest score for a long time was 98. And then my final lowest score was 93s. So I aced all of them.
Nice.
Well, I realized I should find out.
Yep.
I knew nothing about all this.
Yeah. So you had to just really focus on it.
Didn't fit his brains,
Yeah.
Dad was dead. Nobody knew anything about it. Just this was me.
Yeah.
And so it was perfect. It's exactly what I needed. Utterly focused and got it done in record time too. And then I was flying in no time. I was flying twins, and I got picked up by this. It was pretty cheap, really. It was fudging its way along, not paying anybody or this, that, the. Anyway, it was fine. I just fitted in nicely.
Yep. Yep.
It didn't need to pay me really.
Yep.
Anyway.
Just get your mileage.
I just got my mileage.
Yeah.
And while I was about it, I borrowed some money from Mother, who was in England, and I went and got my Lear Jet type rating.
Right. Okay.
I flew to California.
Right.
Got in 2 weeks. I did the whole thing in 2 weeks.
Right.
Flew over there, got my type rating, did all the learning and everything, exams and my flight checks. Did that, flew back to flying the twins. That's simple.
Yeah.
And then I was very lucky. I met, excuse me.
What drink?
I met somebody who knew what I wanted to do. He said, Ian, you've got a number. Somebody gave you a number. I goes, that's right. I met somebody who was a co-pilot for the Lear Jet.
Okay.
I used to stop off where the Lear Jets were, the corporate jets. I'd stop off and try to find any pilots, so I took it. And this chap said, he gave me the number of his boss. And so I went back and I was with my friends. He said, I've got this number. And he said, well, ring it. I said, well, yes. Grabbed it out of my hand, rang it, and somebody answered. And so I ran to the phone, and why don't you come up and meet us? Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So I got a rental car, drove all the way up to upstate New York, where he lived, and I got a job just like that. And because I already had my type rating, so no problem.
Yep.
I already had all the hours.
Everything's familiar. You're focused. Everything.
And I had a lot of experience, hard-earned experience as an instructor, and then as a pilot. As an on-the-line pilot, and you learn a lot. And anyway, so that worked really well, and it was the best thing possible because he was a bit of a maverick himself.
Right.
So he kind of.
You two together sound dangerous.
Yes. And I flew with him for several months.
Right.
Before I ever even flew the thing properly.
Tell me, I might be fast forwarding this one. Someone asked me to ask the question.
I think this was.
What was the time when you were dared to drop from 40,000 feet down to around about 4 feet over the ocean? Is that a true story? And if so, what happened then?
It obviously wasn't a big deal, otherwise I'd have remembered it.
Was it not a little like a challenge or something? So someone said you were challenged to drop from like right higher when you're over the ocean. Let's just see how low we can go. Or was it maybe that was the crop dusting one? I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been that. I don't know. It might have been because the altitude had no problem for me, and mostly it was because I'd been racing all my life. It was like racing is like low flying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's high speed, fast objects.
And, so your low flying is just exactly the same.
So I read on one of the, I think it was on the Motorsport article, which is very good, by the way. If you want to see a little bit more, I'd recommend that people go and have a look at that article, because it was really interesting. There's something did you fly Jackie Stewart at one point in the Lear Jet? Tell me, did he know that it was going to be you? It's like,
no. And when he came towards me in the aeroplane, he was coming from the terminal area, and he said, "Bloody Ashley, what are you doing?"
I'm your pilot.
Yes. And we were like,
What was his reaction to that? I've seen your driving.
yes, he was a bit
I've seen your attempt to fly.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. No, he got along fine, and it was perfect. I obviously I made sure that everything was perfect with him.
Yeah.
I kissed it down each time.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is great. I also always enjoyed the reaction of my passengers when I climbed out, because I would take off, gently ease it up, and then at a certain point I would just tilt it, and then I would put the boot to the floor, flat out, up. And you couldn't really feel it other than just a bit back in your seat.
Right.
G-forces.
Yeah.
So it's
Very, very subtle, was it?
It's the G-forces that people don't like. They make you sick or, makes you bad.
Yes.
But if the G-forces
If it's been pushing you straight back,
if it's acceleration,
it's not a problem.
it's not a big deal. And if
Yeah.
you're a racing driver, you kind of like those G-forces.
Yeah.
And so I used to do that. I take off normally, just lift it gently, and then a little more than normal, and then I just put and just build speed up.
I quite often think about that. You say, talking about when you brought it in really gently for Jackie, because you knew he'd be noticing stuff like that. Every time I'm in an aircraft, I always rate the pilot and how he drops. It's just that last little bit, just how subtle it is. The ones that go, I was like, crap, wanker, get me off this plane.
No, absolutely. And I just made sure it was perfection. And and once you've had plenty of practice, it's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
You've done it so badly so many times, so you know what to avoid,
Heavy objects, I should think. Any objects at all when you're flying. So, did the crop dusting thing come before that, then? Or did it come after that? I'm asking you to rack your brains now, aren't I?
Yeah.
You did quite a lot of flying with... You also did... Sorry, go on.
I think it was in between. At a certain time, I decided I wanted to... No, the company broke up.
Okay.
My boss decided he'd had enough. He'd done it for a long time. And he was connected to Jet Fleet down in Texas. He ran, Mid-Atlantic Airways ran their operation in a small way up in New York. I joined the New York operation. And then my boss decided he had enough and let all the pilots go.
Right.
But then the last minute, he said, just don't go anywhere. Just stay where you are. I'll give you a name. So I waited around for a few days, and he gave me a name. He said, look, I've decided I'm going to run a tiny little project myself.
Right.
With Jet Fleet. and I would like you to be one of my captains.
Right. Okay.
For my other captains.
Right.
He himself. And so to begin with, I just flew with somebody else. He let the aircraft out to somebody else, and another captain who had an outfit himself. So he did that to begin with, and I got back in because I'd been out of work for several months, and so I got back in as his co-pilot, this chap's co-pilot.
Right.
And so it was a piece of cake. I just picked it up just like that, and then it was time to I can't remember. I got him. Anyway, sorry, back up to speed, piece of cake. And then Lars and I got together again. And so I did that for a long time.
Tell me about the helicopter flying, because I read some of you did. Because now, I'll tell you, so you ended up becoming a helicopter pilot. Was that an easy transfer, relatively easy transfer across to do that? Yeah. Yeah. So just a different access?
Yeah. Well, it was because I had already got a lot of flying in various different ways, like I had with the racing. So it was easy to transfer and go up a stage or down a stage or whatever. Yeah. It really wasn't a problem. I just had to focus on what I needed. Yeah. And practice.
Yeah.
And what brilliantly, so I had no problem.
Well, so the reason I ask you that, and there's something that you told me when we worked together that 25 years ago that I took with me throughout all of my instructing career, but through all the time of instructing, from coaching, and it was a good lesson for life. And it was about access and giving people only control of one axis at a time. Right. So when you came to work for Silverstone, when we had, remember those mustard yellow Elises, Series 1 Elises that we had, right? You used to be able to get the customers, every customer that you had would flat out straight away. And we couldn't work out how you managed to get your customers flat out straight away. Like, what's Ashley doing? It's like every customer he gets, he's flat out straight away. So you used to get all your laps done really quickly, come back in, and then you'd be sitting there for like 15, 20 minutes, while the rest of us are dawdling around the circuit. We're like, so I sat you down and I said, well, how do you manage to get your customers going quickly? I only give them one axis. What do you mean you only give them one axis? He said, well, when you said, do you see how I've just said, he said, as because I've retold this story so many times. So you gave them just the throttle and brake to begin with, and you did the steering. Right. And that was from your days of being a helicopter pilot, when you just give someone, when you've got four axes.
Yeah, because it was the same as an instructor, as a flying instructor. You'd have the same problems. And I would just give them one axis at a time until they got comfortable. Then they could have 2, 3, etc.
Yeah.
Until I was comfortable, and then
until they get acclimatized to it.
Right.
But it was quite unorthodox. You think from our point of view, unorthodox for you to be basically doing all the steering. Right. So I just want you to accelerate and brake.
It was also not particularly orthodox in flying either.
Right.
Bit of my own take on these things.
Yeah.
Wasn't brilliant.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think people forget about this. It's just how overwhelming that when you're first doing something to begin with, whether it's it's like I mean, from a racing perspective, you're learning. You're nervous to begin with. You're learning a new piece of tarmac. You're learning a new technique around the tarmac in a new vehicle, sitting next to someone you've never sat next to.
Right. So it's easy. You break it up into baby bites.
Yeah. Yeah. So I learned a lot from that. So thank you for teaching me that, because it was just one of those things that was like, it really stuck with me. I was like, break it down one axis at a time. 4 axes is too much.
Whatever happens, you have to do what works. Always.
Yeah.
Works. And that works very well.
Yeah.
And it's a gentle way, because, as they get used to that one axis you've given them, then you take that away and you give them another axis. And then they get used to that axis.
Yeah.
And the third, whatever, until finally you put a couple together, and then all of a sudden it's a piece of cake for them,
Yeah.
And they have learnt it properly.
Yeah.
from the basis.
Yes.
You know.
So they've got a good solid
So they've got a
foundation.
good foundation. Exactly.
Yeah. Just getting the braking working well to begin with,
exactly.
and knowing how good the
Yeah,
brakes are.
exactly.
It's like the whole thing of when you're going down the straight. If you've got someone that doesn't know how to brake,
Right.
what do you do?
Forget it.
Go just down the main straight. Right. I want you to just there's nothing behind us. When there's nothing behind us, stand on that brake as hard as you can press it.
Well,
as hard as you can press it.
I wouldn't even do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I would get them to brake early, but heavily.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and when they were still all right, okay, I'd say, okay, so let's brake a little bit later.
A little bit later.
Heavily.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
see if you can brake even more heavily.
Yeah.
And etc.
And gradually just daring
Yeah,
to do it a bit later and a bit later. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then you could begin to go into the corners a bit quicker, you know, etc. And explaining that in the end it's all about coming up fast,
Yeah.
but to get that extra speed, you have to go in fast too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are very lazy in the braking area, and the braking to accelerating area. Even top guys are really not that good, and so it's a matter of really analyzing what it is you can do and getting it done. This is what I used to do in the flying. I used to analyze it and pick it to pieces so they can try particular things that were good for learning.
Yeah, and just practice it so you've got the solid basis. I can break for a second. Would you like another drink?
Yeah.
Go to the loo or anything like that? Okay.
Yeah.
What was it? A Coke, was it?
Dark.
Okay, I'll just stop this for a minute and then we'll reconvene. So I want to ask you all about your motorbike and sidecar
right,
stuff,
right.
and I want to ask you all about that. But we'll
Yeah.
go and get a drink and stuff first.
You do remind me of Ian Anderson. Just so moustache and beard,
Is it?
smile,
Okay.
and the hair.
I was always one for Led Zeppelin or
I know I was never into any of that, and I was just introduced to it. I got him to come to a race. Because he lived not far from Silverstone,
right.
and so I got him to come to a Grand Prix.
So how did you know Ian Anderson? Where?
Oh, he lived very near a very good friend of mine who owned a pub,
Okay.
racing driver, Kid Griffiths, and he took me around to him one day, and I met him, in his house, and we got along very well, and so I then invited him to the British Grand Prix. First of all, for practice, a test, session practice, and I introduced him to various people like Nicky Lauder and the right sort of people.
Yeah, nice.
And they were very kind too. They were very, very kind. And so that he enjoyed that. And that was the only time I met him all bothered. Really, it was just something to do and impress him, and you never know what can come of it.
Yeah. You meet interesting characters in your life, don't you? And yeah. So, the flying, there was a couple of things that I read as well that, here's one thing I do want you to tell me about. You may or may not want to tell me. Tell me about the security incident when you were flying. The one that made the papers. There was a newspaper report I read, something to do with you had something concealed on your person, and I'm trying to drag that out of you.
Rings a bell. I just can't remember what it was.
Didn't you try and conceal a weapon somewhere which you accidentally didn't realise you had with you?
Is it a knife or something?
Correct. That's what I read. So it was something to do with how, from what, I don't know how this story came up, but it was something about you'd forgotten that you'd taken a knife with you in some luggage, and you were like, shit, what can I do? I don't want to lose the knife.
Yeah.
and then you'd put it you'd hide it in a shoe or something.
Yeah, that's right. No, in my sock.
Oh, you put it in a sock?
Well, in a sock and shoe, down.
Okay.
Because they would never look at all that. And yeah,
Was that on a commercial flight? What was the deal?
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Right.
There'd be no problem if I was just flying the Lear Jet. But no, that was in a commercial flight.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it was all about, but that's right. I suddenly remember that I'd got this. How was I going to get through customs with it?
Yeah.
It was just a nuisance, really.
Right.
So I had to try to work out how to get around it as effectively as possible. And yeah, that worked for us fine.
Right.
But,
And until security actually found it.
yeah, did they? I can't remember what.
Yeah, well, according to the report, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You clearly couldn't have spent much time in the niche for it.
No, I'd have had some blarney story. You were naive enough to believe it. Because I only just vaguely remember. It obviously didn't affect me too much to remember.
Yeah. Tell me about, I also read you flew seaplanes from Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they started off in Long Island.
Okay, yeah.
I used to live in Long Island. And that's how I got into flying, and everywhere I was, I'd found this particular, somebody had told me, somebody at the flying school told me, where was it? I needed somewhere nearby to stay. And the guy said, yeah, you should go and see this particular fella. He likes sea stuff and so on, and boats. And he, just come and introduce yourself. And he might have room for you. Anyway, it did. We hit it off just like that, and he did. Older fella. Guy was about my age now, and we got on famously. Ted Cronin, and so yeah, I mean, he's just great. It was like having an uncle, an older uncle, and he loved flying. He could fly. He just loved the stories about it, and that sort of thing, and so he escaped really. Yeah, he worked just fine, and he had a girlfriend about his age. Used to come around often, and she was fine too. She liked having a young lad to cosset and look after, and.
Mega.
Yeah.
What a varied life. It's just like it's all the different places it's taken you to, and then you came back after the whole Lear Jet flying thing, and you went and did a little bit of. I think I've got some shots from the Indycar stuff. Let's go back to have a little look at some of that.
Yeah.
So you knew, was this from the days when you knew Emerson? Is it Emerson that?
Right. Right. And it just inspired me. I went to Emerson, invited me to come and watch some testing. Pocono.
What, sorry?
Pocono.
Oh, Pocono, yeah, okay.
And because it was the high speed banking and stuff and so on. And so I went, as he suggested, and I watched it. It was very good. And then I got some information from someone. There was a series, Indy series of some sort for up and coming.
Okay. Oh, Indy Lights.
Indy Lights.
Yes, yeah.
And so I talked to them, and they found something for me. And so I did a couple of races in the Indy Light.
Yeah.
Which went very well.
Yeah.
And gave me some confidence. And then I forget after that.
Well, I've got some photos of some of the cars from back in the day.
That was who owned that? not a very fast chap. But nice fella.
What were they like compared to for an F1 car? I suppose this is quite a bit later. This is like mid 80s then.
Yeah,
no?
more or less the same. Really.
Were they? Yeah. Yeah.
Essentially, everything worked.
Right. Yeah.
It was just a matter of balancing front to rear and aerodynamics, and it was the same as usual, really. It was nothing different. And same with the braking, you just get the braking ratio right. I always tended to prefer a little more rear braking than front because I didn't want to lock up a front because it destroys your braking,
Right, yeah.
You lock up your front, that's it. It's all over. You've had your lock.
Yeah.
So if you lock up a rear, just squirrels a bit, but everything's fine.
Yeah, and you can back it off a bit.
Yeah, and you can just rake into the corner and help it turn and the whole thing. Yeah, which is what I often did.
Did you ever do any kart racing, go-kart racing?
Very little bit. Not.
That's why I'm asking you, because they rear brake all the time, the two-stroke 100cc.
I went back into karting
Right.
when I had nothing going at the time.
Yeah.
I did some karting.
That was it. And that would have been late 90s, early noughties, I reckon. That was
Yeah.
around about the time when you were working at Silverstone. So I remember you talking about that. Tell me about the... so you went from Indycars, you went and did a little bit of
Touring cars.
BTCC.
Yep.
Was this like an ex sort of Cleland?
Yes, that's exactly.
Cavalier?
Couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that? David Cleland? No.
John Cleland.
John
Yeah.
Yeah. And that worked fine. It's just that it wasn't really me, but it was fine. And I enjoyed it. Yeah.
That looks from around that sort of time.
Yeah. There you
Now,
go. That's what I enjoyed.
the random thing is, like, there's not many people go from cars to bikes. Generally, it tends to be bikes to cars.
Yeah.
What made you be interested in
Okay.
making the step to three wheels? Well, you went two wheels first of all, didn't you? How did that all come about?
It was in America.
Right.
And I saw some bikes. Or I might have come over to England and gone to Donington. We saw the bikes there. Anyway, I think it was that. I was over here for 2 or 3 weeks. And that was enough to inspire my brain and to think what I was going to do. I went back and I decided I was going to go to several bike schools in America. From Loudon up in Concorde on the East Coast,
Right.
up high on the East Coast, to California, and there were two major bike schools down. One was Concorde, and another one was, I've forgotten the guy's name. A good racing. Anyway, I went to all of them because I wanted to prove that I was no good at it.
Right.
And I discovered I was quite good at it.
Right. You wanted to prove you were no good at it.
Yeah.
Right.
And enjoyed it. And then somehow I saw, I think it was at Donington, I saw a sidecar race.
Right. So this US, was it a whole year of doing it? Was it the two wheels thing?
Yeah, no, I do it every other weekend or something in America.
Right. So it was a national championship then, was it?
Well, I mean, no, I just played at this.
Right. Okay.
And did quite well. And
Right.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I saw something when I was over for a couple of weeks, when I went to Donington,
Yeah.
and I saw the classic sidecars.
Right.
No, I didn't. I saw some sidecar stuff. And I was in America doing some crop dusting.
Right.
And somebody rang me at 3 a.m, because that's the sort of time difference.
Yep.
They didn't know,
Yep.
And it was the driver of this outfit that wanted to quit
Okay.
and wanted to know if I would I don't know how, I can't remember how he got my name, if I would like to drive it.
Right. Okay.
And so I said, let me think about it. I gave it all of 2 or 3 seconds, I said, I'll do it. And so we made arrangements. I would come over there and try it. I tried it at Mallory Park because that was the easiest, no nonsense place to do. You can soon find out if it handles. Yeah, what a good idea.
It's a very pretty outfit, that.
Yeah.
Is that like you on there?
That's me.
Yeah.
And that's Roy.
Yeah, nice.
And all we did was get the same helmets.
Nice.
That's all we had to do. Were helmets that looked a bit like this.
Yeah, lovely.
And or we bought our helmets and then we painted like this. I can't remember.
I just remember working here thinking, this guy's an absolute lunatic. It's just getting on a sidecar, because that was like, for us as roundy boys, like with a nice roof on and a nice roll cage and seatbelts, like, you crappy gets on a motorbike and sidecar. That's like well dangerous. And you weren't a spring chicken either when you were doing that.
Thing is, I'd had all this experience as a pilot, completely different to what you'd been doing.
Yeah.
In another environment, in another world.
Yeah.
So I had a very good understanding of what I might be doing. And sure enough, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And especially on these little tires.
Super skinny, and you said it felt like it was...
In the wet.
Driving in the wet.
All the time.
Yeah.
Very good in the wet. And felt happy in the wet.
Yeah.
I was always very quick. So,
Just constantly moving, constantly sliding around.
Right.
Can you slide them with the three wheels?
Yeah, but the trick is not to be sliding.
Right.
You're right on the limit.
Just on the limit of it, yeah.
Just enough. Sliding, yes, all the time.
Right.
But not really.
Not too
Because you're not you can't afford to scrub speed.
Right, okay.
So it's like being in the wet. And you drive it like in the wet. Or I did, because that's how I drove in the wet. And it was absolutely brilliant. And I just swamped everybody. I was first, but I would finish third or fourth overall. And the guys, and this was a 750.
Right.
The guys ahead of me were all in 1050s.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
right. So this was, you were beating people again doing giant killing.
And they had proper bloody tires on.
Right.
Not these skinny things.
Right.
But it didn't matter to me. I was just enjoying myself. And the fact that I easily won the championship 4 years running, I didn't even realize.
Oh, really?
No, because I wasn't interested. I was interested in those 3 or 4 up there.
Yeah, to see if you could beat them. Yeah, fair
the big
play.
bastards.
Yeah, I suppose
them.
if you spent your life giant killing, then that's who you were.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I was. And that's who I was, really. I never thought anything about it, really. I just enjoyed myself.
Was that in the UK?
Yeah. This was
Donington. Of it. Yeah.
And so what I did was I got out of the cars into the bikes in the States. So I went to all the circuits that I could in the States.
Right.
On the bikes.
Right.
Just to make sure I was happy.
Right.
And I was, and everything went brilliantly. And so I was just visiting, and I went to Donington Park with a friend of mine.
Yeah. That's what he tipped you into the sidecars.
That's right.
Have you had any decent shunts doing that, or on the bikes? Have you broken any collarbones or anything like that?
No. Yeah, just wonderful. I
not even in the bikes on the 2-wheel bikes in the States. You did.
Once I did very early on.
Right.
What happened was I was at this school learning.
Yeah. I remember reading that you didn't want to kill yourself straight away, so you went to a school to learn. Yeah,
I went to 3 schools.
Right.
Or was it 4? And anyway, early on at Loudon, I was practicing my racing skills by using a lot of the road going in, right over to the left.
Yeah.
And then as I got up to speed, I was starting to brake late over to the left. but I went just a bit too far, where there was a little bit of gravel.
Yeah, yeah. That was it. Dropped it down. Yeah.
Straight down.
Yeah.
And I scraped my arms, and that was the only problem I ever had. And never happened again. And
that was pretty good considering. I mean, I suppose the comedy name of Crashley, but actually, like, the thing that you're going to do it on is bikes. If you're going to do it at all, it's bikes.
Right. And I'd lived with this nickname for so long.
Yeah.
That was, to begin with, probably very accurate.
Yeah.
But soon became very unfair.
Yeah.
But that's the way it was. It's like James Shunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was Shunt and Crashley.
Yeah, Shunt and Crashley. I love that. Who coined that phrase? Who coined the phrase Shunt and Crashley?
Mike Tyson, I think. No, not Mike Tyson. Mike Ticehurst.
Mike Ticehurst, right. Is he a team owner or something?
No, he was a team manager.
Right.
Or so-called or whatever. Or friend,
right.
I don't know.
Funny.
Anyway, but yeah, I never let it worry me one way or another. I just got on and did what I had to do.
Yeah.
And I never had an accident on that.
Yeah.
Which meant that I was very comfortable with what I was doing.
Yeah. So you're successful on that.
Yeah.
And then you came back to do some historic stuff. So running through.
Well, I hadn't been racing for a bit.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody looking pretty good in a racing car, and decided to do it myself. And who's that?
So you're at the back here. That must be one of your mechanics by the looks of it. Yeah.
That's me.
This is at Brands by the looks of it. Brands? Or is it Donington?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it could be. Yeah. What's that? Is that an Atlantic or something?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then they've got some other shots here of. So it's a very grainy shot.
That's an
What's
LDS.
That? Right.
That's an old look-alike Cooper.
Is that the same as that? Is it?
Yep,
That's the same.
yep,
Right.
yep.
Right.
That's an old look-alike Cooper that I
Right.
reinvented myself in, and did a lot of giant killing. That was great fun.
Yes.
It just had the 1500 engine in.
Right.
And I was dicing with 2.5 liter guys. And usually coming second or third, because I couldn't quite beat them, but easily weren't winning my class.
Yeah, and getting close to them.
Yeah, but it was just, I just had a lot of fun. It was dirt cheap. I never wore the tires out, or hardly ever, and it was just easy peasy, Never had any mechanical problems. It was just great.
It's a nice car, that. Looks
very nice.
Looks a minter.
Yeah.
So I remember this race, and here's how I remember this race. This is Alton Park Gold Cup.
Okay.
It's in... So Gold Cup is what, August, isn't it? It's always in August.
Yeah.
And I know it's 2011, and I can tell you why it's 2011. So there's you in the Lola... What was it?
T200.
T200.
That's an Eldon. By far the best car, the Eldon. It was good.
Yeah, it's an Eldon Mark 8. Okay. And I know that's an Eldon Mark 8 because that's actually my ex-wife.
Right. Really?
Yeah. So I was watching this race up at Cascades, and I know who that lad is. He's a quick lad. I can't remember his name though. It was in the back. So that you are third, fourth, fifth at that point.
Okay.
It might be someone like Nelson Rowe. I'll be kicking myself. I'll think who it is later. Yes. Yeah, I don't think that's who it was, but I'll put a subtitle up who it was, and I'll text you who it was. But there's actually a bit of video that I took from this race. Actually, I'm not sure if this will come up as video. It's a shame. It's a shame. I thought that was a video. I'll have to show you that. Going back up as well. So technically, you've actually raced against my daughter.
Oh, good Lord, really?
And I'll tell you how this is, because if that was August 2011, which is what it was when I found these photos out, Amanda was actually expecting our daughter, so you raced against her. There's a random thing.
Oh, funny.
Just throw that's the most tenuous link you can have. But yeah.
So yeah,
Funny.
it was 3 months.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I have to ask her, but she's doing karting now. Actually,
Oh, really?
She's
Bless her.
just starting to do it. Yeah.
Good.
Right, so tell me about this one. This looks a little bit of a whoopsie. Someone sent me this. It looks like maybe...
That's the T70.
Right.
And...
That was Tim Arnold sent me this, actually. It's from Alton Park again, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So just clip the back of one of the cars in front and, yeah, looks a decent enough crash, this one.
No, what happened was the wheel, the left rear wheel, essentially came off. The one of the brackets, I think, broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the race johns.
Oh, okay, okay. Is that what caused it? Is that what caused it to go into...
And down the hill, it started to break up.
Right, right.
In fact, Pillette was right behind me.
Right.
And he backed off double quick as he saw, and I swear, it slewed over towards the Armco down the hill.
Yeah, yeah.
I just daren't do too much.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously in big problem.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I just sort of gently lifted off, but not too much, and guided it really, and it was going down the barrier and obviously trying to tear itself to pieces.
Yeah.
And then ended up doing whatever, but it wasn't a big deal, you know. In fact, it wasn't that badly damaged, but anyway, yeah, I barely remember that.
What was the last thing you raced? Because that looks a fairly modern photo. That what was the?
Gosh, I can't remember. I was just sidecars with the last thing, which you saw. That was it really, and I pretty much blanked everything else out. I was very happy with the sidecars.
Yeah.
The classic sidecars.
Yeah.
Perfect for you.
So like 4 years of winning.
Yeah. It was a piece of piss. You know, it was like taking candy from a baby. You know?
Yeah.
I felt a bit of a fraud. You know, I felt I was being a little unfair to the others.
Yeah, but your main aim was to try and beat the guys in front that were in faster machinery, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Ian, I think it's amazing life that the stuff that you've done and flown and accidentally flown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You remember that Ferrari at Silverstone? Remember the 360 at Abbey? It was. You attempted to do some acrobatics in a. You weren't driving, I should be clear.
What? Where was this?
Silverstone in a 360. Ferrari 360.
Vaguely, and I was an instructor.
Yes. Yeah.
And we were coming down the back street.
It was. I think it was into
Woodford?
Abbey. Actually, I heard it was in
okay.
Abbey. You know, it must have been on the new Abbey. I think. You know, when they went to the arena circuit, it was as it was known as. You know, along where the wing pits is, and they went right left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your customer lost it through there, and.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I remember. Also, it was my last instructing. I can remember, and so I was nearly home free. Coming down the back street.
Nearly home free.
Into Woodcote. Smallest Woodcote, you know, you get in and around and then...
Yeah, it was must be on the national circuit, was it then?
Right.
Yeah.
And silly bugger was a woman. Silly woman braked and slewed and managed to get the right wheel on the grass. Or on the wet paint or the paint, whatever, in the grass. And then she couldn't get it off.
Right.
She couldn't get her foot off the brake. I'm trying to get her foot off the brake.
Yeah.
And it's all happening, and I'm trying to steer for it too, and it was boom, and the flipping wheel comes off. And so,
been there.
And this was my last instructor team, you know.
Really?
So I really didn't need that. Fortunately, the car wasn't that damaged, so I didn't feel too bad, but you know.
I had a massive one through Woodcote in a 360. It was like 1999 99, I think it was. It was either 98 or 99. Guy turned in very early.
Oh dear.
Got to the exit, didn't have traction control on, added the lock as he realised because he'd gone in early, added the steering lock as he was getting near the exit, and then combined that with lifting off the gas.
Of course.
Transferred it, went into the pit wall. It absolutely destroyed the car. Brand new car it was.
Yeah.
£107,000 they were, brand new.
Really?
But yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And what's his name? Mark. What was his name? Mark
Mark Armstrong, yeah.
Bless him. Good lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good lad. And yeah. Sorry, Mark.
Say to the camera there. Sorry, Mark. Well, Ian, thanks very much for your time.
Pleasure.
It's been brilliant. I'm glad we've managed to
Yeah.
catch up and go through some of the stuff in the States. That's really cool. The flying's cool. Like and particularly like Nurburgring, first time attacking that, having never been to the circuit.
Yeah.
First Formula One race, and you go to the Nordschleife to go and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a challenge. That was a real challenge.
Brilliant. Well, here's to many more years of staying on this earth, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.